Ladies and gentlemen, hello! My name is Typhoon Wynn, you can just call me Wynn, and this is the first episode of a new series. Now this is the front screen of the game that I'm going to be playing, and this is called Magical Diary Horse Hall. But Wynn, take a look at this game, it's like girly and everything. Well, yes it is, I think, tailored towards the female audience, but it is still quite an interesting game in fact. Now, what is this game? It's a mixture between... Well, okay, I'll just tell you out front. It's a visual novel. And if visual novels aren't your thing, then, well, you're not going to find what you like in this Let's Play, or in this series. So what is a visual novel, for those of you who haven't heard of it? Well, it's basically like a book, just with pictures and choices. That's essentially what it is. There'll be a lot of dialogue and there is no voice acting, so I'm going to be doing the voice acting. And I'll also be providing different voices for each different characters, but please do, I do apologise if some of the voices aren't as contiguous as some of the others. I have decided on a few voices so far. I've decided on this guy's voice and I think this guy's voice, and yes, this demon person here, that is a guy, just to let you know. I know he's got the long hair and he might even have the fingernails, but this is a guy. So, I'm going to hit new game. And this is the character that we're going to be playing as. Of course, I'm not going to be looking like this. There are a bunch of customization options, and as you can see up here, you also get to change their name. The default name is Mary Sue, which is some sort of like trope or something like that. So what am I going to name this person? Well, actually I'm just going to leave the names blank for now, and I'm going to change her appearance. So let's see. Hairstyle. These are all the different hairstyles that you can choose from. I think I'm a fan of long hair, but let's see, I want body type 2, these are the two body types. This one looks like a bit more bulkier, and a bit, I don't know, probably more average, while this one is substantially skinnier. I don't want to say that number 2 is normal and number 1 is fat, because, I've been told telling females that they're fat is a bad thing. Okay, and we also get like 5 different skin colours as well. I think I'm going to choose a pale skin. Personally, I am rather pale in complexion, but I'm not going to make this like a female version of myself. That would be just ridiculous. As for their hairstyle, there's actually a hairstyle I really like, and that's hairstyle 11. Now, as for the colour of the hair, there's quite a few anime options for the choices of the hair, like you can go for pink, you can go for green, blue, purple, all that sort of stuff. I think maybe a purple colour looks nice. And we also get 4 different face types. This is like your generic happy anime person. This is... I don't really know what to think of that one. I'm not a fan of face type 4. So normally for me, for my characters, it's a mixture between face type 3 or face type 2. Personally, I prefer face type 2 because it's got more of the sly, like more intelligent look to it. And also for the hair color? No, for the eye color, you actually have a gradient here. I think maybe we'll go for like a blue, maybe a purple. I know blue is a generic go-to eye color for pretty or handsome people. Not that I'm calling this girl handsome or anything like that. I don't know, I'm always a fan of green though. I don't know, does the green go well with their hair? Well, I think I'll just go with that. And now for the name. What shall the name be? Well, I actually kind of know the name. And you guys probably know it as well. You guys have heard this name before, and it's belonged in one of my other series, my Sims 3 series that's going on currently. So this person will be called Silver Wynn. And now I'm going to be calling this series Wynn's Magical Diary. And this won't be a reference to me personally, but it'll be a reference to this character, whose last name is Wynn. So we're going to hit done. And prepare yourself for the voices that I'm going to be giving these people. It all started about 3 years ago on my 13th birthday. I was playing tag in the back garden with my friends, but when I tried to jump out of the way of the girl who was chasing me, I jumped so high that I flew almost all the way over the hedge. At first I couldn't believe it was real. No one else could either. Within the first few minutes they'd all convinced themselves that nothing unusual had happened. Then, the next day, a strange old woman showed up at my doorstep to offer me the choice for my future. And now here I am, 16 and on my way to Iris Academy, an actual school for magic. The school lies in a hidden valley in the Green Mountains, about 150 miles away from my home in New Hampshire. My parents drove me out here, but we've already said our goodbyes. I asked them to drop me off at the outskirts of the school grounds so I could walk the rest of the way on my own. I knew Dad would cry and make a fuss over me before letting me go, and I didn't want my new classmate to see me for the first time looking like that. Actually, I'm surprised Dad agreed. He's always been a little overprotective. Maybe he's finally recognizing that I'm not a little kid anymore. Anyway, it means I have to carry my own suitcase, which contain all that I have to my name for the next 9 months. Not many clothes, because we'll be wearing school uniforms all the time, but I have some books, pictures of my friends and family, and decorations for my new room. There it is, up ahead. The campus looks more like a very posh boarding school than a home for wizards and witches. Pretty buildings, lots of trees and wide open spaces. Summer is still lingering here. The leaves haven't yet started to turn. I walk a little faster, feeling slightly too warm in this long robe and cape. Flower beds and arches stretch out around me. So many doors and windows, then they all look the same. There are 3 residential halls for girls and 3 for boys. I've been accepted into Horse Hall, which is for adventurous girls, whatever that means. The other 2 girl halls are the butterflies, who are probably girly girls, and the snakes. I'm not sure who'd want to be a snake. I'd much rather be a horse. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure where Horse Hall is. Okay, give me a second, guys. I need to turn off something. Even though this game isn't, like, heavy on the frames, I am still noticing a bit of frame rate issues when transitioning between texts. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Let's carry on. I have a letter about freshman orientation. Where did I put it? I look down at my suitcase while I walk, trying to remember which pocket I stuck the letter into when suddenly I bump into someone. Oops, sorry. He's an older man in a school robe with no hall symbol on them, which means he's probably a professor. This is not a very good first impression. Sorry, sir.
A new student, I see. And what might your name be?
He has a lovely dark voice, with a refined British accent, and he doesn't seem to be too angry with me. I relax a little. Silver Wynn, sir. I just got here and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. My voice trails off as I notice he's no longer looking at me. Instead, he's paging through the large book he was carrying.
Miss Wynn, was it? Wild seed. How unsurprising.
Wild?
More than likely a complete waste of my time. You have no idea how much you have been given and you'll throw it all away.
He scribbles something into the book and then slams it shut.
10 demerits. Not a promising start. Pay more attention to your study than you do to where you are walking, Miss Wynn, or you'll find yourself expelled from this academy before the new year.
With a snap of his wrist, he wraps his cape around him and stalks away. Oh, I haven't even started school yet and already one of my teachers hates me. After a bit of looking around, I found my way into the girls' dormitories and located my hall. There are 9 doors in this hall, only one of which is labelled bathroom. If each bedroom has at least 2 girls in it, I hope that's a big bathroom. My own letter informed me I would have 2 roommates, but didn't tell me their names or anything else about them. I haven't seen anyone else wearing a horse insignia. All I can do is find my room and wait for them to show up. Ah, here it is, room 3. I open the door and pick up my suitcases. Walking inside, I find a fairly ordinary looking bedroom. No skulls or drippy candles or blacklight posters on the walls. No incense or crystals anywhere, unless they just haven't had time to unpack yet. The girl who had been sitting on one of the beds stands up.
Okay, I haven't actually decided on a voice for this girl yet, so her voice might change as we go through the series, but hopefully by the end we'll have a set voice for her.
Hello? Oh, you're a horse. Oh, I didn't mean it the way it sounded. Hi, I'm Silver. Are you my roommate? One of them. I'm Ellen. That's Virginia's bet, but she went out to talk to somebody. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? Virginia. The state, I mean. I'm not sure where Virginia the girl is from. I tilt my head. You don't seem to have much of a southern accent. No, it's not that far south, and my family wasn't from there. What about you? New Hampshire, not too far from here. Are all these books yours? Yeah.
There aren't any computers here, so I bought my old encyclopedias. And those are the textbooks for the classes I would be taking this year at my other school, if I hadn't left. You must be a really good student. Not really. I probably won't even open them. But I didn't know what I'd need, and I didn't want to need something and not have it. Those books are everything I could find out about magic. The real kind, now that I know it's real. Yeah, isn't it great? We're going to be witches just like in the movies. Oh good, you're a wild seed too. What does wild seed mean? It means your parents weren't magic, so you're like a wildflower. She holds out a hand for me to shake. Me? My family's all magical, so I always knew I'd be a witch. I'm Virginia. She has a pretty strong grip. Silver. Pleasure to meet you. Is it a problem being wild? I met a professor and he was sort of rude about it. A professor? Shaggy, black hair, big nose? Yeah, I sort of bumped into him. Oh no, now you'll be on Grabby's blacklist. The professor grabs girls? No, that's his name, Professor Grabiner. He hates me. He hates everybody, so it doesn't make much difference. Don't worry about it. Nobody cares if you're a born witch or not. Not really. And everybody's scared of Grabby. He's a monster. William warned me about him. Who's William? My big brother, or bigger brother. He's a senior. Donald's a freshman like us. They're in Wolf Hall. But enough about boys. What sports do you play? What do you like? I like softball, but I'm better at volleyball. Good strong arms. Me? I prefer soccer. What about you, Silver? I guess I'm mostly best at track. I like to run. Your legs, her arms, and my fighting spirit. We're the total package. Go horses! Are there sports teams for wizards here? Not exactly. There's bounders, but that's not a real sport. But there is a gym, and we can start our own sports team if we have to. Right, Silver? I guess? Sorry, I'm rolling you over, aren't I? I'll let you unpack. Come on, Ellen, I'll introduce you to my brothers. Huh? Okay. I'll stay here and unpack. Okay, I'll see you later. And don't forget, Silver, orientation is tomorrow, and you'll get to see old Grabby again. Oh, great. I guess I'd better start putting things away. Everything moves quickly here, and I don't intend to get left behind. Tomorrow I start learning magic. At 9 a.m. on Monday morning, all the freshmen are gathered in the gymnasium, wearing capes and robes just like me. But they're not completely like me. One boy has furry ears and a long fluffy tail. One girl has glittering wings. And that girl looked like a vampire. Is that what it means to be born a witch? Being something other than human? Virginia looks normal, but she could be hiding something under her robes. No, that's just silly. The muttering and shuffling of students drops off as somebody steps up to the podium. Hello, my little flower buds. Welcome to Iris Academy. I start to applaud, but I freeze as I realize nobody else is. Then Virginia beside me picks up the clapping loudly. Soon the whole room is cheering. The witch holds up her hands and settles the room back into silence. My name is Professor Potsdam, and I will be one of your instructors in the ways of magic. For some of you, this is the beginning of an adventure such as you have never imagined. For others, this is only the next step in a journey you have been expecting your entire lives. At Iris Academy, we will be teaching using this pentachromatic system. Red magic is forceful, but not necessarily violent. Blue is the color of transformation and change. Green is the color of life and the world of plants. White magic affects mind and spirit, and black magic is contained within physical objects. Your palette should contain at least a few dabs of every magical color, but a beautiful painting doesn't need every shade. It's style that matters. You all have different strengths, different talents. Here at Iris Academy, we embrace that diversity and tailor your education to your needs. Choose your schedule to focus on your personal talents. Don't try to become a reflection of your own classmates. Follow your own star, wherever it may lead you. That is the way in which you are all alike. You each have your own future, and I know you'll make us proud. Her starry-eyed way of speaking reminds me a little bit of my old school guidance counselor. But she certainly seems nicer than Professor Grabner. I wonder which classes she teaches.
You have all been divided into halls to help you make friends with your classmates who share similar interests. For the girls, we have the adventurous horses, the charming butterflies, and the mysterious snakes.
Each group claps as the name is called. The horse is louder than the others, or perhaps that's just because I'm sitting with more of them.
For the boys, we have the daring wolves, the elegant falcons, and the eldritch toads.
I'm not sure what eldritch means, but toad sounds even worse than snakes.
I hope you'll all become good friends, not just in each hall, and not just in your year, but throughout the whole academy. But, most importantly, I hope you get to know each other and trust your roommates, so that by the end of the year you'll be able to work as a team for your final exams. And I know you're all looking forward to your exams, yes?
The audience predictably groans.
For testing purposes, your instructors will regularly set you practical challenges in the school dungeons.
Wait, the school has dungeons?
Each task has many possible solutions. You'll need to make creative use of the spells you have chosen to learn. So think ahead about what might be useful and how. Okay, are you all ready for magic? Open up your diaries and begin penciling in your schedule.
Wow, okay, Professor Potsdam's voice really takes a lot out of me.
I need to choose which classes to attend to this week. There are classes for each kind of magic, plus general studying, which sounds boring, and gym class, which I've always liked. I can also schedule time to relax and unwind. For most of my life, my classes have been planned out for me by my school. It wasn't until last year that I got to make any choices at all. Cantonese, French or Spanish, physics, chemistry or biology. Still, everyone has to have the same number of classes, and they all started and ended at the same time. You couldn't get out of it. If I can choose whatever schedule I want here, well, what would happen if I never went to class at all? Would they really let me get away with that? What should I do this week?
Okay, this will be the end of the very first episode. I will be continuing playing in this one session, and I hope you guys will stick around for the next episode, provided of course you guys enjoyed the voices that I gave the people and don't think that I'm being a little overbearing. Of course, I'm partially deaf, so I don't even know what voices I'm making half of the time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time.